Next on Good Morning El Paso, two separate families grieving after the death of two teens on Mother's Day. The latest on Sunday's fatal rollover.
A warehouse goes up in flames in Socorro. The latest from your round-the-clock coverage. Also,
I'm disappointed in the NFL. I'm not disappointed in Tom Brady at all.
Fans speaking out about Tom Brady's suspension from the NFL this morning. Brady taking some actions of his own today.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso.
Good morning. Those winds are kicking up as that first alert is in effect for today.
this is a live look at the city from the ABC7 downtown cam on the Chase building. We are expecting the worst to hit later today. A very good morning, El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. I'm Stephanie Valle.
And I'm Hillary Floren. Good morning, everyone. Let's get straight to meteorologist Crystal Clyde. That was the first thing I noticed as soon as I woke up this morning. You could hear it just banging around, all that wind.
Right when I got out of the car, Crystal, I got blasted by the winds.
Yeah, you might remember yesterday we had our windcast out, and I said we're forecasting windy conditions starting last night, and then it would last all day today. That's still what we're expecting. Windy weather this morning will continue all throughout the day, and on top of the winds, we've got the chances of rain that will move in. Clouds and radar. Right now, we've got the clouds that are building over us. That nice blanket of clouds going to hang about throughout today. Some pockets of sunshine are possible, but we're looking mostly cloudy in the forecast today. The clouds are moving in from the south. That's a pool of moisture moving in. Also, some moisture coming in from the east, where we do have showers that are moving through Texas, just not in our neck of the woods yet. It's later today and particularly into tonight. We're looking at better chances of rain, and with that, we could see our severe weather. Part of the reason we're under that first alert. 62 is your temperature right now in El Paso. 10-mile-per-hour winds are reporting. Although we checked in on some of our WeatherNet sites just a bit ago, and winds in the west side of El Paso are anywhere from 15 to 35 miles per hour. Bit of a difference there. In Las Cruces, we're at 57. Winds again reporting at 5 miles per hour. Some parts of town looking at higher wind gusts, especially right up against the Organ Mountains. So if you live right against the mountains, do expect a windy morning. You can certainly feel it tugging on your wheel. When I was driving in this morning, it was a little bit of a struggle. Just a heads up as you move through. Coming up, we're going to be talking about that first alert. We had the nice conditions actually yesterday out there, but now we've got the rain and winds. We'll be talking about that in just a few minutes.
All right, Crystal, thank you. Developing now, just weeks after it was hit by a devastating earthquake that killed more than 8,000 people, Nepal is suffering yet again from another quake. This is video taken seconds after the 7.4 magnitude earthquake hit. The one that hit April 25th was a 7.8. It struck this morning near the Chinese border between the capital of Kathmandu and Mount Everest. At least 4 people confirmed dead at this hour, but the toll is expected to rise. The quake could also be felt in northern India.
To around-the-clock coverage now, fire marshals are investigating a warehouse fire in Socorro after the building completely went up in flames. It happened last night around 9 o'clock at Buford Road in Haines. 3 different agencies were called out. It took about 45 minutes to get the blaze down. The Horizon Fire Chief tells us the building is a complete loss. You can see the damage left behind. He tells us firefighters were able to save the surrounding homes.
When we arrived on the scene, the total structure was heavily involved in fire from the inside to the outside. The initial crews saw that there was a house on the left side of the structure, and that's when they realized that they had to protect that building, and then they went to extinguish the fire.
There were no injuries to report. The cause is still being determined this morning.
We're learning more about that deadly rollover that killed 2 teens and injured 2 others. It happened around 10 Sunday night on the 600 block of Zaragoza. Investigators have learned a 2003 BMW driven by an 18-year-old was traveling south on Zaragoza when the driver lost control of the car. Investigators believe that the car struck a guardrail that launched it over a canal and then rolled over, bursting into flames before hitting the ground. Family and friends continue to visit the crash site to pay their respects to the boys who died. Although police have yet to identify them, ABC7 has been able to get the identities of 2 of the 4 teens. 17-year-old Jacob Salazar's mother says he was the oldest of 4 children and attended Eastlake High School. An America's high school senior says he heard at least one of the students killed went to his school.
It's really sad, honestly, just knowing that they come here to the school Unfortunately, I guess it's good that one person did survive. There's one that possibly could be good and come out safe, but just for the two that did pass away, that's really terrible.
And one man at the crash site confirmed the other teen killed was his 18-year-old brother, Eric Dominguez. There's a GoFundMe account set up for Jacob Salazar's funeral expenses. If you'd like to help, you can find this story on KVIA.com.
A Las Cruces man accused of choking his girlfriend's son has been indicted by a grand jury for intentional child abuse. Police say Rocky Gardner, seen here, and the boy got into an argument about the food Gardner had made. Well, the boy said the food made him feel sick. When the boy went to throw it out, Gardner allegedly attacked him and struck him in the face and choked him until he was unconscious. When he regained consciousness, he and his brother ran to a neighbor for help. The shooting of a former Juarez police chief, Julian Lazaola, does not appear to be cartel related. That is according to the top prosecutor of Chihuahua. Investigators say one of the gunmen confessed to shooting him because of a personal grudge. The shooting happened Friday near the Zaragoza Bridge in Juarez. He's now recovering from those wounds.
New this morning, we're learning more about a partnership that uses the talents of local students to promote the borderland. Good morning, El Paso's Denise Olivas is live with more on the first project in the works. Denise.
Good morning, Stephanie. Students from the Texas Tech School of Architecture have created sketches, images of what they believe will help bring tourism to Juarez, El Paso, and southern New Mexico. So these are ideas on display that the Borderplex Alliance is helping make a reality. Borderplex Alliance is a nonprofit dedicated to promoting economic development in the area, and the goal is to attract more tourists here to the borderland. The first project is meant to showcase the Franklin Mountains and provide a sense of a destination for the west side of El Paso.
We have a special project that involves Trans Mountain Road. One of the most beautiful things about our community is our sunset, and really right now there's no real good place to go enjoy a sunset. So what the students have done is they've provided an outlook at Trans Mountain Road on the west side that obviously overlooks the state park, but is designed to take advantage of this beautiful sunset that we have.
Pablo says that he hopes this project will become a tourist destination and allow the company to market our city in a better way. And he also says there are a total of 6 projects that are planned, saying that this helps the Borderlandplex Alliance think outside the box. Hillary, back to you.
Thanks so much, Denise, for that live report. A quick traffic alert for those of you on the west side. The Executive Center on-ramp to I-10 eastbound will be closed later this morning. Remember, the on-ramp to I-10 west is also closed, so now both ramps to I-10 east and west will be closed right at Executive today. So just a heads up, if you use that area, there's usually a long line of traffic waiting to get on the interstate right there.
Not going to be nice today. Well, if you're hoping to get your child involved in science, technology, engineering, or math, well, we'll tell you why the key to success in the STEM field starts at an early age.
And one Texas community is looking to rebuild after it was hit by a deadly tornado. 2 people are dead and dozens of lives shattered.
And closer to home, our first alert in effect for today for the rains headed our way.
Crystal Clyde standing by right now. She's got a look at our current conditions. Good morning.
Good morning. A windy start to our day and chances of rain are ahead of us. We're going to look at where we could see the most rain after your break.
Thanks, Crystal. This is ABC 7, where news comes first.